How's it going, guys? Voice of Reason back for another edition of my video game reviews. This week I will be reviewing the much anticipated, or at least I thought the most anticipated, Terminator Salvation. Trust me, guys, this is not going to be pretty. Now, just a brief background about the video game itself. Terminator Salvation is a third-person shooter action game released on May 19th, 2009 to coincide, which we'll hear later might be one of the worst decisions ever made for this game, but to coincide with the release of the film Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale on the same exact week. Terminator Salvation is developed by Grin, who's also done some extraordinary work in past video games, and was published by Evolved Games. Now let's move on to some of the fun things, and let's start with the plot of Terminator Salvation. In short, Terminator Salvation is set in 2016 in Los Angeles and takes place between the events of Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. And Terminator Salvation follows John Connor and his forgettable team consisting of Angie, Barnes, Blair Williams. And pretty much they have to evacuate a certain area, and just when they're about to leave, they found out that there's a squad out there still in the field and still very dangerous around the Terminators, or around the T-600s and all the other crap that they have in this game. So pretty much John Connor feels guilty and he decides to stay behind, and it's pretty much the whole game is pretty much just a search and rescue, you know, kind of like Private Ryan but suckier. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the plot altogether. Now, if the plot didn't intrigue you to pick up this game after this review, maybe the gameplay will. God, I love sarcasm. Now, Terminator Salvation, like I said before, is a third-person shooter where the player needs to consistently, emphasis on the word consistently, move, flank, cover, and utilize their squad to progress. The player must battle Skynet enemies, all 5 of them. Yeah, guys, there's only 5 different types of enemies throughout this whole game. I was astonished at how little enemies this game has to offer. Anyways, you have to battle these from the upcoming film, as well as new enemies specifically designed for the game. Trust me, that didn't save the game diddly squat. The game does feature, however, a campaign that can be played alone or cooperatively. However, the co-op can only be done using a local player via split screen, so you cannot go online and play with a buddy. There are also cover systems in which is effective and has a locator in which players can switch covers. Weapons can be switched and ammo and bomb can be added. The default and permanent weapon is a M4. Secondary weapons can be switched, like a rocket launcher, a grenade launcher, a shotgun, and a heavy machine gun. Pipe bombs and grenades can also be switched as a player's, whatever the player likes to use more. The enemy's AI are extremely intelligent, and I thought are extremely hard, especially for the type of caliber this game is trying to present, with only giving us 5 freaking different types of enemies. I mean, come on, 5? Jesus. Another thing that the gameplay is horrible on is action sequences. Now, look at this, for example. I'm just running around, you know, just running, and then look at this action sequence. Look how weak. Look how weak that is. Nothing happened. No huge explosion. Just a little poof, a little fireball, and that was it. And that's apparently supposed to be an action sequence. I mean, and there's a lot of these where you're just looking at the screen like, was that it? That's all you have to offer? I mean, come on now. I mean, you only have 5 freaking players. I would think you would make up for something like in action, more intensity, you know. And another thing before I conclude this little gameplay section, the gameplay is repetitive. It is hugely repetitive. It's like every time you go into a different section, it looks exactly like the same section that you just were at, with little pillars to cover behind. There's always, for some reason, a second story that's always open that you can just coincidentally just shoot down and kill the T-600s or the spiders or the wasps, whatever they have, which is only 5 characters throughout the whole game. But yeah, very repetitive. I know I'm being really harsh, so I'll just say this. The only thing that's really good in terms of the gameplay is the cover system. I really enjoyed the cover system. I really enjoyed knowing where I was going to go, besides of just being unpredictable, but if there's anything to like about the gameplay, it has to be the cover system. Now let's talk about some graphics in Terminator Salvation. I'm already kind of going over my limit here, but in short, graphics are decent. That's about all they are. They're not awesome, they're not great. They're also just not bad. One thing I really wanted to show you guys on this is something. Let me see if I can get it on right now. Hold on. Okay, here it is. So while I was, playing the game, I noticed something. Look at the ground that you guys are seeing right now. I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen black grass ever in my life. And this is just one example of how you can literally see that this game was not complete at all when it was published. The developers were still making little tweaks on it, making more textures in it, but this guy's black grass or black ground, you can just really tell that you're not really playing a really good game when you see not finished concrete or whatever the hell this is right now. Now, besides having some rare black grass, the game also has some pretty major glitches, as you guys can see here. And on top of that, the voice acting is not really top-notch. I'm not quite sure if you guys even know, but Christian Bale refused to lend his voice and likeness for the game. Instead, they got Rose McGowan, who voices Angie, who is, just by the way, is an ex-high school teacher, apparently. However, I will give props to this voice actor. Common and Moon Blood Good are voicing their own characters from the film. So that's a pretty good, I guess, wager, but still, I mean, you don't have Christian Bale, and you have a freaking ex-high school teacher doing voice work. I mean, this game is awesomely bad right now. And the icing on the cake, this game not only has all that what I've just said, but also has some very bad slowdown when a lot of crap is happening, as well as a long ass loading screen. Every time you die, you have to load the whole entire map again, and the checkpoints are spread out so bad that when you die, you have to start pretty much all over again. So what exactly have we learned in this video game review? Well, first of all, repetitive is overrated. Black grass is the new green. Christian Bale is a douche when it comes to video games. Glitches are best when fixed. And oh, Terminator Salvation, the video game, is at best a rental. And one thing I almost forgot, the campaign itself is only 4 hours long. You can easily beat it on hard and get every achievement, every trophy that this game has to offer, making it have zero replay ability. How nice. Well, I hope you guys got something out of this, because I sure as hell didn't. And till next time, guys, take care.
If it was you that was stuck out there and needed help, you'd want us to do the same for you.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be dead, just like they're gonna be.
How's it going, fellow gamers and friends? Voice of Reason here again. Say, if you guys liked this video you just saw, be sure to check out my other YouTube videos on my profile. And while you're at it, if you haven't done so already that is, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're more adventurous enough, you can also find me on my MySpace page. Send me a friend request and join the gaming chat. Till next time, guys, take care.